Gen AI is the hottest topic, obviously, right? And I did a survey, and I found out that in 2023 and 2024, 60% of VC money went in the generative AI. So we got to have a Gen AI session, and this time, the big thing is obviously chaining the agents, or the agentic AI. So I was looking for a speaker. Then I remembered, I've been in this Bay Area for a long time. One of my favorite places was a Borders on University Avenue. And now that has become a coffee shop, Hana House. And I was going around, I saw a long line, and I found out what is going on. It was a llama lounge that was going on. And fortunately, I attended a conference in 2023 where Meta announced llama. So I could relate to it. And I found an excellent speaker, that is Jeremiah Owyang, and he is from a VC. He's a Blitzscaling venture partner, and I thought that he will be an inspiring speaker for you guys who are trying to build these unicorns, right? So please welcome Jeremiah. And I have seen him speaking, and hopefully we'll learn a lot about agentic AI. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is such an honor. Let's put the volume up. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. I'm Jeremiah Owyang, General Partner at Blitzscaling Ventures. I also run the Llama Lounge AI event series, which a number of you have attended. Now, I got to tell you a funny story. There's two conferences here in the Santa Clara Convention Center. Upstairs, there's a Taiwanese tech conference. And downstairs, there's an Indian tech conference. I came downstairs, and a bunch of Chinese people followed me down to this conference, thinking this was the conference they were supposed to go into. I had to explain to them, I'm here for the Indian conference, our cousins. In fact, I got to tell you, I started my career off at Exodus Communications, just a little intern working on web projects. So early on, I'm so grateful to be part of the Indian community in my career. Thank you. We're going to talk about agentic, internet, and enterprise. What is agentic? Well, I'll explain how this is going to shape significantly the next phase of generative AI. I'm Jeremiah. I am a former Exodus web hosting company employee. I was at Hitachi Data Systems. I launched social media for that company, one of the first 10 companies in the world to do that. I was hired by Forrester Research to become an industry analyst. You know the Gartner reports, Forrester reports? I'd publish those in the forecast, so I learned how to forecast. Some of us spun out, and we started our own company called our Altimeter Group, and I exited from that, and then I started angel investing, and that led me to Blitzscaling Ventures, where I'm now one of the partners. So I've been in Silicon Valley for 27 years, and I think you've noticed the traffic is back up on 101, which is a good signal that people are going back to the office and the economy's booming. So I certainly know the patterns on how this works. I work for a famous firm, Blitzscaling Ventures. Have you heard of the book called Blitzscaling? Yes. It was a Stanford class taught by Chris Ye, my business partner, and Reid Hoffman. Reid Hoffman, as you know, LinkedIn, PayPal, an investor in Facebook, Airbnb, OpenAI, and he's on the board of Microsoft, is our limited partner and advisor. He's not a full-time partner. In fact, Reid reviews the AI deals that I present to the firm before we invest. So we have a unique advantage in the market, given his expertise in the space. And Blitzscaling is really thinking about how do companies grow really fast and also have network effects. That's the thesis of the firm. AI agents fit so nicely into that thesis because they spread naturally. And as more people use agents and as more agents evolve, the value increases for everybody who is participating. All right, Llama Lounge. What a silly name. I know. Did you know that in San Francisco Bay Area, there's 100 AI events per month? That's 5 per day, 3 on the weekend. And every weekend, there's 2 hackathons with as many developers as you see people in the room, 300 people hacking at both of those hackathons. Tomorrow, I'll be a judge at the Microsoft hackathon, and there's another one at Cerebral Valley. AI is booming. Now, most of the events are called Gen AI this or AI that or ML. I needed a name, so I chose something unique. Llama Lounge. Llama Lounge 15 is in 1 week, and there are hundreds of AI founders that show up, typically 50 VCs and 25 corporate AI leaders. And it's really an ecosystem of the top Gen AI leaders and the builders. In fact, we hosted this event in March, which was the largest agent event in the world. 300 people came through, and 10 different startups are chosen. Just yesterday, I was on a call with a senior executive at NVIDIA, and she told me that startups brag if they get a demo slot at Llama Lounge. They said it was equivalent to YC. I didn't believe it, but at least that's great to hear. So what exactly are AI agents? For those in the back of the room, don't worry, I'll read this out to you. So right now, we are working with AI co-pilots. An AI co-pilot is typically an AI entity that is within the app, and it's typically a real-time or synchronous experience. You talk to the AI, and it does things. The next one, and we're going to start to see this as Microsoft rolls out live with 365, is called an AI assistant. An AI assistant is an AI entity that flows through many different apps, typically in the same suite. That's most likely to happen in enterprise suites, and then also consumer suites like Google or Apple. Here we go to the next phase, and this is where we're headed, is AI agents. AI agents operate with autonomy. It means they can understand the context of the situation. 2, they self-direct and they come up with their own tasks. 3, they often have memory. 4, they can execute and actually do the tasks. And 5, they self-assess, did they do a good job? And 6, sometimes they recruit other agents to help them get the job done or create other agents. They're like living creatures. They're like your junior worker. They're like your executive assistant. They're like your personal assistant. Now, after that, that leads to AGI. And then, of course, someday, maybe in our lifetime, superintelligence, which is equivalent to 1,000 times human capability. So this is the AI roadmap. So when you're thinking about whether you're an enterprise or consumer, how you should build out your AI strategy, this is a roadmap to think about the AI entities and how they integrate with your product strategy. I'm here to share with you the Blitzscaling Ventures thesis when it comes to agents. Right now, humans traverse the internet, and it's not a great experience. Think about it. The internet is not a great experience. You have to go to different websites. The user interface is different. You don't know where your data is going. Every form has different context. It's really kind of a mess. So right in the future, we're going to use AI agents to go out and get the information for us. Let's talk about enterprise. Enterprise apps suck. How many of you love to use enterprise apps? The user interface is so good and consistent. Anybody? No hands up. Enterprise apps are worse than the internet. Now, in the future, here's what's going to happen. Your AI agent will go do those tasks for you. They'll go out to the internet, collect that information, and bring it back to you. They'll go to you and fill out your expense reports and do it for you, and you can watch and observe. I'll show you a video in just a few minutes of how it works. And it means that all of the information will come back to you. The information, the internet, and the enterprise apps come to you. You don't have to go to the internet or the enterprise apps. That's thesis number 1. By the way, do you see how that's really going to impact Google and Amazon? Anybody? Do you realize what's going to happen? This is big. Thesis 2. The data will reassemble in the way that you want. Do you love text, video, AR, VR? You want it now? You want it later? You want it in bits? You get to choose how you consume the information. Right now, the internet doesn't serve you. It serves advertisers. It serves marketers. Enterprise apps don't serve you as a user. It serves the big enterprise tech companies. This is about to change. The AI agents will serve you. What about a market forecast? This one is from Crew AI. Right now, the agent space is worth around $5 billion, estimated in the next 5 years, should grow 10 times, and then another 10 times after that. This is significant because it changes how media and commerce happen on the internet, and it really begs a question on really how many apps do you need? Now, right now, there are 19,000 AI projects. How do I know? Well, there's a database, of course. It's there'sANAIforthat.com. And I guess that's a really good domain. And the founder of this website tells me that 1,000 new AI projects birth per month. Now, what's interesting is he's having a hard time telling which one of those AI projects are created by humans or agents. And over time, AI agents will create a majority of the apps. Now, with that many apps, what we need is a map. And I'm so excited to show you our latest research, the 2024 AI agent ecosystem. This is the map. I see all the cameras coming up. At the bottom is the data layer, then the management layer, application, and ecosystem layer. And again, our thesis is that AI agents become the dominant entity on the internet and the enterprise, and they will disrupt traditional business models. We interviewed 23 agent experts, the founders building it, consumer and enterprise, and the VCs who wrote the checks in the space. And we came up with this framework to really encompass how this market is forming in its very earliest stages. Now, at the bottom layer is the most important layer. It's estimated that 80% of the world's data is behind a firewall. A private cloud, a corporate cloud, a government cloud, a personal cloud. And the AI agents will go and collect that information and then bring it back to you. Also, there's the open web, and we're seeing startups emerge that are scraping internet websites and putting it into new data schemas that serve AI agents. Next, there's a question, will we have unified APIs so agents can all talk to each other, or will we have walled gardens? That'll come back up on the top frame. We'll talk about that. This is the management layer here. There's numerous startups emerging. The agent permission area is a brand new category. What does the term KYC mean? Know your customer. So what does KYA mean? That's right. Smart crowd. Know your agent. So we expect to see a new certification or verification emerge to assume that the agent belongs to you. Lo Chan, my friend who invited me here, thank you so much. You have your own AI agent that will represent you, and you could have different levels of permissions. You could say, I want the agent to go out and find me a new car. It could be a BMW or Mercedes, and you can choose at what amount of information you want it to display. Does it represent you, a real person? Or maybe you could display your credit score. You look very trustworthy. You are trustworthy. So you could say, I have a 900 credit score. Or it could say, I am an executive here in the Bay Area, and I'm ready to buy the car, or actually display your information. It's like the AI agent is like an official buyer for you. So we're expecting to see that. Now, on the right-hand side is the management layer. There's a new class of agent management software system from agent orchestration. Observability, agent ops is the leader in that category. They just raised a seed round. And we'll see arbitration. A new type of way to determine which agent gets priority when thousands of agents are trying to get Taylor Swift concert tickets. The next one is the payment category. I'll show you an example in a sec. And then all of the agents will be able to self-improve. Lots of new techniques emerging, including simulations and beyond. So this is the management layer. Quite a few things building in this space, consumer and enterprise. As an example, this is Skyfire, one of the investments that we made at Blitzscaling Ventures, which is an AI payment protocol. And the way it works is it uses credit card on-ramps and off-ramps, and there's a stable coin. So the agents can pay for tech services. The agents can pay for web services. And if the agent cannot complete a task, it will hire another agent. That's amazing. The agents are hiring other agents. Keep that in your mind. All right, so next is the application layer. This is going to be the mass majority of apps here. There's vertical apps in the agent apps. We're looking at many, from recruiting to HR to email management to enterprise to HR to expenses. Every single industry and category will have vertical-based agent apps. Those are exploding right now. On the right-hand side is a different category called the agent platforms. These are horizontal. There's 2 leaders in the space right now. Oh, and they all connect to LLMs for natural language processing. So this is how they interface with the market. So Crew AI is the enterprise leader. It's an open source model, so that's why they spread. And they enable interoperability of multiple agents at once. The team is from Sao Paulo, and they're working within SAP ecosystems and beyond. And this enables anybody to launch agents very quickly. And they have 100 million agent systems called crews that are already been launched, and it's still a young company. And we did place a nice check into Crew. That's the enterprise one. On the consumer side is Multion. I just met with the founder yesterday in Palo Alto. By the way, the co-founder is Indian. And Multion, let's see if we can run the demo. Here we go. So it is saying, the human is prompting, go to Amazon.com and order the following books. So the human types that, but obviously you could use voice to text. So this is a recorded demo. Now, at this point, the human is not touching the keyboard. This is all hands-free. The AI agent is doing the work. And you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, the AI agent using a Chrome extension is going to Amazon and telling you what it's doing. It's saying, I'm going to find that book, Radical Candor, and I'm going to add it to the shopping cart. I added it to the cart. Now I'm going to go find the other book, The Cold Start Problem, by Andrew Chen, amazing guy from A16Z, by the way. And I'm going to add it to the cart. So it's completing the shopping for you. I've also seen Multion book United flights. By the way, it's 20 to 30 clicks and steps. Right? So you can see you're going to need a permission layer, identity layer, payment layer. The AI agents are going to do the shopping for you. The AI agents are going to fill out your expense reports. The AI agents are going to attend your meetings for you. The AI agents will be able to do things like this. Send a Google Calendar invite to Eric Schmidt called AI Brunch. And so this web-based agent here, you give it the command. Now the human is hands-off. It's threading through the next app, which is Google Calendar. It's adding in all of the fields, filling it out, hands off. Again, the agent is doing the work, and you can observe the agent on the bottom right, and it's sending it to Eric Schmidt, and there it is. Whether or not Eric Schmidt shows up, I think, is beside the point. Probably not, but let's look at this third and last example. Check my Google Calendar and call an Uber to my next event. All right, so it's going to go through, it's multi-step, and it's going to, Multion can do multiple steps. It goes to your Google Calendar and finds out that you need to go to V's birthday party in Palo Alto. So it grabs the time, it grabs the address, and then I think you know where this is going to go, right? It opens up a new browser window into uber.com, and it plugs in where you are, and it plugs in the address of where you need to go, and it hails that Uber. Hands-free, using your voice, context-aware, looking at history. AI agents are going to change the world. So, just a quick question. How many hours do you think humans spend on the internet per day? Is it 3, 4, 5 hours? What do you think? It's 7 hours the average American spends. By the way, this is horrible. This is horrible. That's 8 years of your life on the internet. And you as technology professionals, I know you're spending more than 7 hours on the internet per day. Is this the height of humanity? All right. So at the very top of the ecosystem map is the top layer, and this is where we're seeing the foundational models will all launch their own AI marketplaces. We saw OpenAI prepare this with GPTs. We know that they're hiring. I'm speaking at TED AI. I'm leading the agent panel on Wednesday, and OpenAI will be on my panel, also Multion. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Every agent on the enterprise space. So Mark Benioff announced at Dreamforce, it was rebranded as Agent Force. Every Fortune 500 executive is thinking about agents. HubSpot, Dharmesh Shah, we exchanged emails with him. He launched Agent.ai, which is an agent marketplace for his SMB marketing suite. So you can see, so if Salesforce goes, if HubSpot goes, then you know Adobe's going to go, SAP's going to go, IBM's going to go. Every enterprise company needs to have an agent marketplace and APIs and platforms. Of course, big tech is going to go. We can imagine that Google and Amazon are going to go next. And then, of course, Apple in maybe 2 or 3 years. And they'll say, you can only have a trusted AI agent. And, of course, you can get it with us with a $3,000 iPhone 17, right? Of course. All right. So here's an example of Agent Force. Their main use cases are customer care, sales, and marketing. HubSpot's agent has the different use cases. You can have an agent conduct market research or to create content. This already exists. This is live. And this brings us to the entire map right here. This is the 2024 AI agent ecosystem. We're continuing to interview founders and VCs. Whoa, all the cameras came up. I have some good news. You get these slides at the end. Now, this is significant change. Gartner forecasts that Google search traffic, and you know they're right down the street in Mountain View, is going to plummet by 25% in just 14 months. Wow. That's really significant. That means, by the way, the advertisers are going to shift their revenues to where? Agents. Bill Gates says, this technology is so profound. Whoever wins the personal agent, that's the big thing. Because you'll never go to a search site again, bang, Google. You'll never go to a productivity site, bang, Salesforce. And you'll never go to Amazon again, bang, Jeff Bezos. Now, my final forecast, and we'll open it up for questions. Please form a line at the mic so we can hear everybody. This means that the way we make decisions is going to change, whether it's consumer or enterprise. Today, the way we make decisions is a horrible experience. The internet and enterprise software are horrible. We use ads, Google, media, then you have to go to a different website. The content that you want on the website, the answer is at the bottom of a web page. After you leave that web page, horrible, embarrassing advertisements follow you around, retargeted ads. Not that I know, but I just heard. And then you have to compare those products, and you have to do the pricing, and then you have to purchase sometimes on a different website. And that's not a great user experience. Right now, we are relying on AI to help us make those decisions, to aggregate in one location. I predict by summertime 2025, OpenAI, Anthropic, and agent startups will have e-commerce embedded right in the chat. And they'll also have advertisements embedded. In fact, Perplexity, a generative AI search tool, already plans to have ads built right into their platform. So we're going to see this shift happen. And then in the midterm, we'll see something different, where we rely on agents to help us make decisions. The agents will access your SMS, your email, your voice messages, listen to your voice, understand the context, look at your prior decisions. Of course, this brings up a question of who do they serve? That's a business model question. And the agents will recommend products for you to buy. The agents will suggest things. You'll have your own personal shopper. Of course, this is fraught with danger and risk as well. And we know things will go awry, but this is the trend of the internet. So this leaves us to a future where we shift from a manual way to make decisions to a hybrid way to an automated way. Even with major complex decisions like buying enterprise software, you're going to use agents to at least collect information. So the way that we think about making decisions or getting simple tasks done will change. So to summarize, I have 5 final points. Number 1, the Blitzscaling Ventures thesis is that AI agents will centralize the information into one location. The internet and enterprise apps come to you. You don't go to them. Number 2, that information that you want will be reassembled in the way that you want, multimodal, and at the time and the place that you want. I think you can see where this is going. Media and revenue models are going to dramatically shift. Every single e-commerce will integrate into foundational models. We're going to see radical changes in the way that revenues spread on the internet. Also within big companies, it means that when marketers understand at big corporations that the dominant visitor to their website are AI agents, they need to offer an agent API. Every CRM will need to be augmented and add a new field in for agents in addition to humans. And of course, within enterprise software, enterprise agents, the work done on behalf of the workers. And that leads to this one. There will be more AI agents in the world than humans. That's a radical thought. By the way, some of those agents will only live for a few minutes or seconds to get their tasks done. But then thinking even further, and this one is to push the thinking, if AI agents are interacting and improving autonomously, and they can offer you services, they can trade, they can buy, and they can sell, and they can learn, it means in the future, we're going to see a new type of society emerge. We call this an autonomous organization, where your future colleague could be an AI agent. Your manager could be an AI agent. By the way, every Uber and Lyft driver already reports to an AI agent. And it also means your customers, partners, and competitors are likely to be AI agents. That's our thesis at Blitzscaling Ventures. If you want these slides, this QR code will take you to a Google form, and you can download those. Thank you so much. What a brave new world, the agentic internet. Thank you.